Okay guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So we have a freaking awesome interview with Crimson Desert. Now this was carried out by Loyalty and Luke Stevens on this channel, Gaming Interviews. And we have the summary because, it's 50 minutes. It's actually 1 hour, 57 minutes. It's super long. So let's just do it in 10-50 minutes because I have for you guys the summary. It's pretty awesome. Let's start off because, guys, Crimson Desert is literally, as the title, an open world action game forged with from unexpected influences. So a concise distillation of the key takeaways from an exclusive developer interview. Let's just check it out, guys, because this is crazy. So first and foremost, very important. It presents like a Soul-like, but that couldn't be further from the truth. It is not a Souls-like. The misconception, the challenging combat and fantasy setting led many to label it as a Souls-like. But the reality is, Crimson Desert is a unique blend of genres. The design philosophy is fundamentally different. A better comparison, system and exploration, deep, layered, and interactive akin to Breath of the Wild, for example. Combat, fluid, combo-driven, action-inspired by Platinum games like Bayonetta. So it's nothing like Souls-like whatsoever. Like, it does not have any sort of Souls-like style per se. I mean, I guess you have stamina, but that's pretty much it, right? Now, a world beyond comparison, redefining scale on the continent of Pywell. The world's at least twice as big as Skyrim. I mean, come on, like that is crazy. So, the playable world on release, right? Because there's going to be DLC for sure, and I think they said they're gonna launch a multiplayer kind of like feature after release. The world is far exceeds the demos, right? The comparison, number one, at least twice as big as the playable area in Skyrim, which is crazy. And the second comparison, larger than the map of Red Dead Redemption 2. So, guys, freaking awesome. I mean, come on, what more do you want? Now, very important, more than just scenery, because of course, if it's just pure open world, boring, then there's nothing to do, right? A world designed for interaction, right? So a physics-driven sandbox. The environment is built to be influenced. Players can break rocks with a hammer, and physics are applied to many objects. Some structures, like houses, can even be destroyed. Elemental reactions, fire, ice, and lightning, are designed to interact in the world, creating dynamic effects. Living in the world, interactivity is key to learning, talking to NPCs, observing conversations, and even picking up chicken updates your knowledge and codex entries. Picking up chicken, that's right, this is crazy. Right. Our guiding principles, a toolbox, not a prescription. We're giving you a toolbox, not forcing you to do one thing. So this is the core philosophy. The central goal is to empower the player, not to force them into specific choices or solutions. The game provides a deep toolbox of mechanics and abilities. Players are encouraged to tackle problems their own way, combining tools to find creative solutions. For example, bombing a lake for fish. That's just one example, right? Combat is a conversation, not a test of endurance. Fluid combo driven. Combat is fast and expressive, focusing on player skill and style, not just attrition, like in Souls games, right? The Bayonetta comparison is rated here. Multiple solutions. Most encounters, including boss fights, have multiple paths to victory. You aren't forced to use a single gimmick mechanic. Player ingenuity, the game is designed for players to connect the dots. A tool used for a puzzle earlier, like placing a flagpole, might be the key to a creative boss strategy later, right? Which is that's the thing, right? So it's really cool that you can basically do things as you want, which is really awesome. Next one, your character, your controls, progression is personal. So in the demos, people were overwhelmed because like you could do so many things, and I've seen gameplay demos and people were like, oh, there's so many options and skills. People are gonna hate it because just too much slop or too much stuff here. No, like that's the thing, like you can do whatever you want in your personalization. Demos feature a character with 60-70% of skills unlocked across all trees, which can feel overwhelming. This is like being dropped into a high-level Street Fighter match. the player experience. Starting fresh, you begin with a very basic skill set and only unlock the controls and content you want to use. Growing with your character, the system is designed for you to learn controls organically as you unlock them. Intentionality, controls are designed with intention behind each button, leading to intuitive muscle memory developed through play, which is really cool because of course that means that you can just develop your skills as you want. So if you want to be a tank, long range, maybe like a counter or dodge person, whatever, right? Like single-handed, like double-handed weapon, like basically you can do a development in whatever path you want. Now, beyond the battlefield, life in the quiet moments. You can do other things, not just fight. For example, resource gathering, manual harvesting, breaking rocks, chopping wood is just the start. As you level up, you unlock ways to gather resources en masse. Deep crafting, a full-fledged crafting system for equipment and housing exists, giving purpose to exploration. Other pastimes, the world is filled with non-combat activities, including fishing, bounty hunting, and more, allowing you to choose your adventure for any given play session. Now, again, we also have different factions. The protagonist, you are Cliff, a member of the Greymanes, protectors of nation within the continent of Pywell. The Catalyst is a rival faction, the Blackbears, attack you and decimate your country. The Quest, your goal is to reunite your scattered comrades, reclaim your power, and uncover the truth behind the events that set this war in motion. The key factions, the world is not a monoculture. It features numerous factions with deep cultures and reputations and conflict ideology. For example, pro-tech, anti-tech, right? So it depends on the different cultures, which is really cool. Now, this is the part here which is very interesting here. There is a story, but then your story is going to vary depending on what you want to do. So the events of the main quest line that happen for every player, that's canonical. But then you have your story, the experiences you create through side quest, exploration, and distractions. This personal plot, shaped by your choices, is what truly defines your time in the game. This is the developer insight. No one is going to play the game the critical path only. People's individual plot will resonate with them because it's their story. It's not a shared story. For me, in my experience with the game really started once I beat it. That's the thing. So basically, like, you can develop your adventure and like your style as you want. And that's the thing, like, because if you want to focus on crafting, if you want to focus on bounties, if you want to focus on, I don't know, like exploring, finding secrets, upgrading your gear more than like the main story, you can do that, which is really cool. So yeah, really good stuff, guys. Now, another thing is the Black Space engine, which is the engine behind the game, which is a custom-built engine for an uncompromised vision. What's the point of this? Very simple. It does not have the limits and the bloat of stuff like Unreal Engine 5. Purpose-built, the engine was designed specifically for massive open-world games, specifically. Avoiding compromises using an off-the-shelf engine like UE5 would have required cheating on draw distances, camera angles, or using imposter loads. Vision-driven, the technology was built to serve the game's specific design goals, not the other way around. Efficiency, every feature of the Black Space engine is used by Crimson Desert. There is no resource bloat for unused features, ensuring optimization is built in from the ground up. For example, they said in the interview that the draw distance is quite far away because they make sure they actually utilize the game's resource, and it doesn't use wasteful stuff. It only loads what it needs, and because of that it can do more stuff. Now here's the kicker, because this is crazy, right? Every public demo has been running at a native 4K 60 FPS per second. The performance was brute forced, so no upscaling and no frame gen. Let me just repeat this because this is crazy. No upscaling and no frame gen. And the game was running at 4K 60 FPS without any problems. On launch, it's going to have FSR 4 and DLSS for also frame generation, ensuring the frame rates are even crazier, like over 100 frames per second at 4K. So yeah, Every single demo we've done has been at 4K 60 FPS brute forced. This is why it should happen with any game in the market, but right now it doesn't happen, as you guys remember, right? Now, this is the thing, a decade of world building, an ethos of iteration, the DNA of Pearl Abyss, honed over 10 years of running Black Desert Online, directly benefits Crimson Desert. Expertise in world building, the studio excels at creating beautiful crafted, highly interactive worlds with deep systems. Constant iteration, coming from an MMO background, the team is used to a rapid pace of development, updates, and incorporating player feedback. Separate teams, the Crimson Desert team is dedicated new IP team, ensuring focused development. So of course, any updates, any patches, any DLCs, that team is going to focus on them specifically because there's a new team which is basically right now doing that work. So it's pretty damn awesome. So yeah, the journey begins March 19th or 18th, 19th, well, March 18th, 19th. So yeah, a world of unparalleled scale, freedom, and personal adventure awaits. Guys, this is freaking awesome. Like, honestly, it's crazy. Now, in this one here, very important in this game, of course, Crimson Desert exclusive interview. It's very long, it's like 60 minutes, so I kind of tried to summarize it for you guys the best I could. But yeah, it is amazing. Like, it's just so much in this game. Like, just the bosses, the boss fights are already crazy. I do have lots of expectation for the game. I do believe that this game will not suck. I do believe that this game will surprise many people, and many people are feeling that, oh, it's a Korean game, it's not like the AAA famous company. But guys, we've seen that Chinese companies, for example, have been killing it with Black Myth Wukong and other games, right? Wuchang Fallen Feathers and other games. Now, Where Winds Meet as well, right? Korean as well, South Koreans with Stellar Blade. So again, we have examples of Asian companies already absolutely bringing awesome content in their first game. Not even like their second game, right? So this one here, they've spent more than 10 years with Black Desert Online, so they know what they're doing. They know that they're making a game which is an open world game for single player, but with all the super amazing stuff you would find in an MMO RPG, but for the single player experience. So again, it is just awesome. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next one. Bye.